What is up, everybody? It's actually kind of nice out here, you know? It feels like almost old school Oneana in the summer, where I'm not like worried, or at least right now, of some kind of weird, vagrant, drunken interaction in the park. It looks pretty normal. I hope that your life is normalizing. I'll tell you what's not normalizing: Hollywood. So if you go check out my Twitter feed, I posted a story where, under the new rules in Hollywood and these type of productions that are going to be allowed to restart, the love scenes are going to have to now be CGI. Now, let me ask you something. If you're supposed to be 6 feet away, that's not possible. I don't understand now that we've had hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people out in the street for over 2 weeks, side by side, arm in arm, how that is somehow safer than two consenting adults on a set deciding they're going to do a love scene. What's it really about? Well, as I've told you a lot of this stuff, and you watch the Dana White video I did yesterday, right? A lot of people are about to get laid off, and Automation Nation is coming. And what does that mean? That means a transhumanist movement. And CGI has gotten better and better and better, and digital people have gotten more and more and more advanced, and now deepfakes have made it into the arena of even hobbyists and novices. 7 whole people watching, 9 thumbs them up on your way in, guys. So what is this really about? Well, number one, you're going to have a lot of productions that say, you know what, we don't necessarily need you in the film. We kind of already own your likeness. Sorry about that, guys. Thumbs the video up. So anyway, we already own your likeness. We're just going to digitally put you in here, and we don't really need you. And as the technology gets stronger and stronger, why will actors be necessary? Just like in any other field. And now that they're going to have people work from home and offices are no longer necessary, what are all these people going to do? A lot of them are going to be very comfortable because they think it's okay not to work to take a UBI, a universal basic income, as the Automation Nation continues. As technology takes over, and the predator class basically says, we don't need you anymore. So now I want to talk about actual warfare for a second and Smash 2000. Well, if you've checked out what Smash 2000 is, because you read the title, you'll find out it's a military program where there is a scope, and by the way, this is being tested out in Syria, a scope that does not fire unless you are locked into your target. And it's Linux based. If people don't know what Linux is, it's open operating system, much like Windows. Okay, so they have this open operating system, Linux based, target that once locked in, the bullet does not miss. I want you to think about that long and hard. Now, at first, that will be used by human beings in the war on terror. Those terrorists over in Iraq and Iran, maybe. Oh, maybe Iran. They're pretty dangerous. Over in Afghanistan for sure, and Libya, parts of Africa, and let's not forget Syria. No. Let's not forget all that. But what happens when they're mounted to the Automation Nation police? Is that what this is ultimately about? We've talked about the transhumanist aspect of COVID-19 84. They don't want you shaking hands. They want you in a mask. They made it illegal to have sex with somebody outside of your home over in Europe, which is madness, right? Madness. I don't know if that's more madness than the article that the New York Post ran that said, sex workers are doing it reverse cowgirl style as to not contract COVID-19 84. I mean, come on, man. So, again, now more and more CGI heavy with human beings, and you're not allowed to, I guess, do those type of scenes. And by the way, they said some scenes would just be pulled all together. They just wouldn't do those type of scenes to start Hollywood up again. And they're telling you don't need cops. Let's defund the police. Sure, well, let's defund the police and have things running around like DARPA's Spot the Robot, right? Boston Dynamics, baby. Let's get that Atlas project in there. And we're literally begging for our own enslavement when something like that, even a Spot the DARPA robot, because it has those attachments that can open doors, right? And walk around and tell you to social distance in Singapore, apparently. Well, what happens when that's a, military Linux Smash 2000 like system with a 50 cal on it? You're going to get one warning and then you're going to be blown apart. Oh no, Jason, they would never do anything like that. Well, if they say it's a terrorist and you're a terrorist organization, it's part of domestic terrorism. You're not a protester, right? You're a cyber terrorist like Julian Assange. Why not? Why wouldn't they? We got to be really careful right now in this very vulnerable period and allowing the establishment to dictate new normals. And they've used that terminology again and again and again. And I'm telling you, their new normal is an anti-human automation nation that does not need nor want you and your family. Period. Except for it to be a subservient slave class as they make the transition. And in order to do that, they want you on that universal basic income like dole, but it won't come free. No. You'll have to have their surveillance programs locked in. You'll have to have their vaccinations. You'll have to meet with their government psychologists to make sure everything is okay in that brain of yours and you don't have, terrorist tendencies. Think it's far-fetched? Are we that far away? Contact tracing army. And if you think it's just going to stop with COVID 1984, you are out of your gourd. Be alarmed, New York State, and this is why I'm trying to leave. By the way, the GoFundMe link is in there below. Trying to get out of here. I need your support more than ever. Big donors. I can't wait to get on the road. We'll see when my plates come. Doesn't look like my blank check has been processed. I've been checking my bank. And, nope. So who knows when those come. But I want out. I want out of a state that is putting it in the hands of Michael Bloomberg, Bill and Melinda Gates, and Eric Schmidt. And coming up at the top of the hour, I am going to have Derek Brose of the Conscious Resistance on. He's currently at a pretty big hearing on fluoride, which, he's also writing for the Last American Vagabond. I think that you can find an article after this on that, so you find out what trial, and it just started today, the hearings. So he's there right now, but on his own site, theconsciousresistance.com, he has an Expose Bill Gates event coming up that he'd like to promote. And Bill Gates needs to be exposed because I see all this PR spin out there, and quite frankly, ignorant commentary on how this guy is a benevolent teddy bear and not a ruthless businessman who comes from a long line of eugenicists. Just saying, guys. That's the real deal. So 73 watching, 25 thumbs up. Get the thumbs up on the way out. Make sure that you are subscribed. Check out the Rockfin. Donate to the GoFundMe if you can. And again, if this whole defund the police and restructure it goes their way, you'll start to see police kiosks like you do in Denmark, and more digital DARPA-like track trace database, Orwellian surveillance society, automation nation style law enforcement. And that's the truth. So guys, I love you, and I'll see you on the flip side.